Alright, I wanted to put out a short video, and I thought, what better thing to do than to get ready for St. Patrick's Day by taking some green dice that have white numbers and filling in some of the numbers with some orange paint. So we'll end up with a green die that has both orange and white letters, just like the flag of the Republic of Ireland. And there's a method to this madness, a rationale for doing so. I have been looking for a while to purchase some 20-sided d10s. So these are 20-sided dice that have the numbers 0 through 9 repeated on them twice. And this allows you to use them as both percentile dice and as a d20, among other things. You could probably do some different types of math with them to get other ranges of numbers, of course. But the idea here is that we want to be able to use them sometimes as d20s, and so by having two different ranges of numbers on there, one orange, one white, then we can say that the orange ones are the higher numbers and the white ones are the lower numbers, or vice versa, whichever you prefer. And I've finally found a bunch of these dice at a decent price with good shipping, and I found them at the Dice Emporium, and so this is of course not a sponsored video, but I'll put a link to their website down in the description of the video. And if you are looking for some dice, they definitely ship what they say they're going to. So had a good experience. There was a little delay getting them shipped, and I made contact with Bob over there at the Dice Emporium. He's the owner, and he got back to me within a couple hours and said, hey, no problem, they'll be out the next day. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this AMT water wash up acrylic paint, and of course you want to be careful to only do a few numbers at a time so that the paint doesn't dry on them. Fill these in, and then take a moment to use an old sock that we're not going to wear anymore and wipe off those numbers. Oop. Look at this, Mina. How you doing, baby girl? And then of course you also want to be careful that you're only filling in one of each number so that you're not having more than one side painted in the different color. And the other thing, of course, when you're taking the time to wipe off the excess paint, it's a good idea then to wipe towards some other numbers that have been painted so you don't accidentally wipe paint into the ones that you're painting. 3 and 5, and that'll be the end of this side. More paint there. And you can see that it doesn't matter if you're a little sloppy with it. You can always come back and wipe it off. If worse comes to worse, of course, it is water washable. I've noticed though that if you paint over some white letters, you're probably not going to have great results in getting them back to white just by washing it. So I also have some white paint, and if I have any that get some excess paint and I don't notice it or whatever, I'll fill it in with some white paint. Anyway, I'm going to do all the sets I bought, and then we'll probably hope to use them in some future videos about the Daredevils game. Thank you very much, and hope to see you again at the next one.